I feel like season 1 Sokka is truly underrated, especially if you go back and rewatch it, because he was a very fleshed out character that people tend to overlook. Because when it comes to Sokka in season 1, people typically correlate it with, this.
Please.
Get back in the kitchen.
But other than that, his other character traits absolutely shine. Because in all honesty, Sokka in season 1, he was the responsible one, and he was the very cautious one. Like, some of y'all don't see it from his perspective. You find a kid in an iceberg, turns out he's an airbender, possibly the Avatar, aka target number 1 for the biggest military force in the world. But fast forward a little bit, you look in the distance and you wonder where your sister is with that airbender. And you see a Fire Nation flare shoot up in the air, possibly giving your location away to possible firebenders. And you are literally the man of the village. So of course when Aang and Katara get back, Sokka's gonna be like, yo, get the fuck out my village. Like, you put me and my family at risk when we was just fine without you. Even though Sokka couldn't fight, his bravery to fight a firebender is underrated. To highlight more on Sokka actually being responsible and cautious way more than Katara in the beginning of season 1. And that's in episode 6 where Katara was too hot in the pants and literally started doing way too much. The group was sitting and relaxing with each other until they hear a loud thud in the distance. And Sokka, being the main one with common sense, says, how about we go away from the loud thud, not towards it? And that's where they meet Haru, a random earthbender they never seen before in their life, letting off steam angrily with his earthbending. And when Sokka says, we should be careful, we don't know who this is, guess what Katara does?
Hello there. I'm Katara. What's your name?
And then she goes on to follow him and says, well, we could get supplies because he probably belongs to a village. That means there's resources there. And Sokka has no choice to be like, okay, sure, whatever. But we all know why she want to go to the village so bad. Of course, Sokka is supposed to be overly cautious because he's looking after his younger sister along with the Avatar himself. Sokka has no idea what possible threat is waiting for them at that village. In the beginning of the episode, Sokka is literally the one that's typically looking out for everyone. In episode 7 of season 1, Sokka displayed high levels of bravery. And when I mean high levels, I mean like supernatural levels of bravery. I want y'all to really think about it for a second. Sokka is 15 years old. And he saw Aang struggling to handle and communicate with Heibai. And at 15 years old, Sokka said, you know what?
Heibai, over here!
Like, do people not understand how big and terrifying Heibai is? One swing destroys an entire house. And at his size, he can move incredibly fast and very silent. And Sokka, because he saw Aang was struggling, was saying, yo, I'm here for you. Even though we know how that turned out.
We'll fight him together, Aang.
I don't want to fight him unless I...
And then, of course, afterwards, during the winter solstice, when they went to go see Roku, he came up with a plan for blasting Jelly. Granted, it kind of didn't work, but that just shows a testament to his resourcefulness. And yes, I do know that Katara is the one that came up with the plan to act like the blasting Jelly works in order to sneak Aang in. But this is a Sokka video, not a Katara video. I will make one soon. But being able to face someone like Heibai isn't a small feat. In the episode where Katara steals the waterbending scroll and they're chased by pirates, Sokka, like the older brother he is, he holds Katara accountable by saying that you put all of our lives in danger for a waterbending scroll that you're primarily going to use. And then of course she selfishly hogs it, and then Sokka calls her out again when Katara had Aang holding up the scroll while she practiced. And then when she loses her temper on Aang because how naturally good he is at waterbending, Sokka holds her accountable again.
What?
And of course, it was his smooth talking and negotiating is what saved him and Aang from being in mortal danger with Zuko and the pirates.
Your friend is the Avatar?
Sure is. How much the Fire Lord would pay for the Avatar. You guys would be set for life.
And then, of course, we got to talk about the next episode in regarding to Jet, where again, just like she did with Haru, she got hot in the pants over Jet. And Katara was not listening to a word Sokka was saying, when Sokka is typically being super cautious and super responsible for him to be right and save countless innocent lives. Another highlight of Sokka being the protector and the most responsible one of the group was that he wasn't afraid to stand up to the Avatar. And when I mean stand up, I mean like tackle Aang because he was being too reckless and made him see the dangers of the power that he holds and he needed to be more responsible.
Katara! I'm so sorry! Katara, I'm so...
I told you we shouldn't mess around with this. Look what
I mean, good thing Katara was a healing type Pokemon, or else she would be in serious critical trouble, having her hands burnt like that. But I really want you to think about it for a second. Sokka, a 15-year-old non-bender, tackled the Avatar and held him accountable, even after Sokka seeing what he can turn into.
Avatar Roku.
Sokka don't care who you are. If you hurt his family, he will stand up to you. Sokka was acting like Roku was whack and that he's the leader of the pack.
Boomerang! You do always come back.
Hello? Zuko here.
And if you like that video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And also let me know what you think the next video should be based off of. Because like I say at the end of all my videos, I read every comment and I make sure that y'all are heard. Because I'm trying to get to 50K by the end of the year, I would love to have your support and hear more about your ideas. I hope you're able to apply these words in your everyday life. And Lily, thanks for watching. Oh, and a reminder, drink water.
Perfection and power are overrated. I think you are very wise to choose happiness and love.